Hi, my name is Adnan Sarwar, and I moved from London, England originally, but I started off in Bangladesh, lived in London for 10 years. I did all my education there. I have a Bachelor of Science in Marketing, I have an MBA in Marketing, I got an IT degree. I worked as an investment banker in London, and when 9/11 happened, I guess the whole world changed. And I thought maybe it's time to change not only cities but maybe careers. So I decided to move to Canada. I wanted to start a business in financial services. I started off in Toronto for a few years. I had a real estate business in Toronto for 4.5 years before I moved to Vancouver and I started a real estate financial service company which I've been running for almost 11 years now. Biggest challenges I faced is, of course, having my not having my education recognized. That was very challenging because they were just pieces of paper. My bachelor's degree was a piece of paper, my MBA was a piece of paper, and my IT degree was just a piece of paper. That was shocking. And of course, when I applied for jobs, because I worked in London, England, I lived in Rome, lived in Barcelona, I lived in India, I lived in Bangladesh. So I remember my first job, they took 6 months to hire me because they took that long to check all my references, even though I gave them all the details of everyone. And I had 12 interviews before they hired me. That was really challenging. I felt I wasted 6 months of my life waiting for something. And then when I did get hired, I think recession started 2008, 2009, and I was laid off within 9 months after facing so many challenges. And in terms of schooling, it took about a year to get a license for real estate, and I would say about a few months to get licenses in life insurance and investments, so about a month each. So I would say a year and a half to get all my licenses in order to practice either real estate or in finance. So I had two careers side by side. What I did is I had to make decisions. Like, so okay, I moved as a investment banker from London. I moved to Toronto, started a business in real estate. Then I moved to Vancouver, started my banking career again. And within 9 months, my career was over. And once you're laid off from the industry, no other bank would touch you with a 10-foot pole because they thought maybe you did something not so good. So I could not go back into the industry. So that was the biggest challenge that I faced. My career was done, so I had to make some decisions. And while I was in university, I was teaching. I was teaching assistant for my master's of business administration professors. So I learned how to teach. So what I did, I sent 500 emails to people all throughout Canada, all throughout the United States, all over the world. Hey, who do you know in Vancouver that can give me a job as a teacher? Right? I cannot be a banker anymore, but can I be a teacher, even part-time? And I sent 500 emails, didn't expect anything. On a Monday morning, by Wednesday, somebody emailed me back saying, oh, there is this open house at this college in downtown, and then you just go and meet the director and just say, know who I am, right? And then rather than be a student, just ask them if they have any leads for teaching positions, right? So I went there. I went to the open house, right? I met this bunch of people. Met this director, and I said, "Oh, I don't want to be a student. I'd like to teach here. Is that possible?" And he asked me what my experience was. And I said, "Well, I taught in university for almost 10 years. Yeah, here's my resume." And he said, "Oh, well, I'll see what I can do." He called me on Thursday saying, "Hey, my friend has a campus downtown as well. Can you go there with my reference and then and see what he has to offer?" So I went there not expecting anything. A friend met me on Thursday. He gave me a book on Friday, and I was teaching on Monday the following week. And I've been teaching for almost 10 years now. And I taught in public. First, I started in private colleges, then I moved into public universities, and now I'm a part-time professor in some public and private universities. And in the spare time, I got licenses from the Canadian government, right, to do investments and also life insurance, because I feel that Canadians are about to retire, There's 35 million people in Canada, 15 million are about to retire. They need medical services, first of all, to take care of their health, but they also need financial services to take care of their wealth. So I'm an investment banker from London, and I'm an ex-banker here. In a way, rather than working for the banks, I decided to work with the banks. So that's what I decided. That's how I overcame all my challenges. Tips I can offer is come with an open mind, right? I'm sure you have experience in your home country and you've done a lot of great things, but this is a different country. And the best I don't know, thing I can think about is when in Rome, act like the Romans, right? So if you don't, you get fed to the lions. So I feel like the same thing here, right? You're in Rome, it's a different city. You have to learn how the city works, right? And the best way, Canadians generally are very friendly people. So how I did it is started my career in teaching. I started a financial planning business, but again, I didn't know anybody. So I started to work with a mentor. I found a mentor in business, and I said, hey, I would work with you for free, and I will do whatever it takes to help you and your business. And then this mentor, we started a meetup with him with just 10 people. And within a year, we grew it to like a 1,700 people. So in that meetup, right? It's called Vancouver Entrepreneurs Group at the Vancouver Club in Vancouver. And I also joined, I did martial arts before, so I joined a martial arts gym, right? I helped the teacher there. Met a bunch of people there, lots of families there. I practiced Buddhism, so I helped out in a Buddhist temple, right? In their bingo nights on a Wednesday night, and I would help out on a Sunday morning to teach children about Buddhism, right? They call it Dharma school. What else did I do? I went to lots of networking events for business, for finance, for insurance, for investments, for real estate. So within a year, I met close to 4,000 people in just 1 year. So almost 10 people a day I had coffee with, lunch with, dinner with, right? You have to invest a little bit of money in getting to know people because we're not dealing with the robots here, we're dealing with human beings, right? Everybody has goals and aspirations, and so you have to understand what does the market need, right? You have to really understand how does the city work and what does the market actually need, and can you deliver that as a service? So it's not about how much money you're going to make; it's how many people you can serve with your service, whatever that service may be, and then you have to figure it out. So I would say come with an open mind. The best thing I learned in real estate school was from my instructor. She said, blinkers off. Right? So like a horse driving a carriage, right? They have blinkers on because they can only see a tunnel vision. So, but when you come here as a new immigrant, you have to take your blinkers off, right? Then you can see 360 degrees, like what's out here, and then you have to make do with what happens here. And myself, my name is Adnan Sarwar. Please find me. You can, I can be your mentor if you need anything, right? Anything that I have come across, if I was able to overcome that challenge, I'll be more than happy to help you with your challenge. So please find me and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you very much.